Hi there and welcome to my tutorial for my online game companion document. Let's take a look at how it works. The first thing you're going to notice when you open the document is that you'll likely get this security warning here about macros. Make sure you hit enable content, otherwise this will not work as intended. You also may have to enable editing if that's a setting that has come up on your screen. Okay, so this product here, this document, it aligns with games that can be found for free online. There is no website that is mentioned in this tutorial, so as to protect the copyright of the website I intend this to be used with, because I have no copyrights to that. So I merely am suggesting which website that you use this with, and we'll have a look at that soon in this tutorial. So first, let's choose a game to play. I'm going to choose the Make a Pizza game. And this will link us to the Make a Pizza page. And the best thing to do to find the game that this aligns with is to Google or use your favorite search engine to find the game. Now, let me show you how you could do that. You can hit this link here that says find the game here. I'm just going to go ahead and hit that. And what's going to come up is, let's take a look. It's just loading. A Google search. So you can choose to Google this yourself, or you can hit that link that's in there and a Google search will come up. So when you search educational computer game, Make a Pizza, ABC, the game that I like to use this with will be at the top of the list. If it's not at the top of the list on some of the other games, it'll at least be in the top 5, and it will be obvious which game I intend for it to go with, because it will be called Make a, and then the category of the game. My favorite website to play online games on has ABC in its title, so I'm sure you'll find that quite straightforward. I'm going to click into the website now and then split screen with it later, but I'll be blurring it out to protect the copyright of the website. So let's get back to this document and I'll show you how to set it up before we go ahead and play the game. So I'm going to click over here. See where it says settings? We need to set up the targets we'd like to show up over here on this side. So I'm going to click in this box that's next to where it says yellow players targets. See how there's this arrow here that says select targets? Click where that arrow's pointing. And now I'm going to go ahead and zoom on in just to make it easier for me to see the list that's going to drop down. When we clicked in this box, there was a drop down menu that appeared. This little arrow appeared. If we click it, we'll be able to see all the options in this drop down. It's a long list of targets that you can choose for your students. That includes articulation targets in all the different positions, and then it also includes some language and vocabulary targets, some CVC, CV kind of targets, many targets. And to have a look at which targets are involved in this drop down in an easier way is to head over here to these arrows, and we're just going to go all the way back to home and see how it says target order here next to the home tab. We hit target order, we're going to see all the different targets in the order in which they show up in that drop down. So there they are there, the Arctic, then the blends, the other, all the other things. There's language and many different things in there. So that will help you find them in the drop down if needed. Now, if we go back home and we hit the Make a Pizza, we'll go back to that page. Okay, let's come back over to our settings. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to choose just some random things for us to work on. We'll do chit initial. We'll do some antonyms, basic antonyms. We'll do some mixed L blends. And what else will I choose? One more thing. I'll choose some CVCC words. Okay, so now if we head on over here and we look at these words that have come up, they align with our targets. So the chit initial is here. So an antonym word is here. So we'd need an antonym for safe. We've got our L blend here for glitter. And then wind is our CVCC word. Okay, and if we hit play, it's going to randomly move its way through these words. Okay, and what's also happening is our game piece is changing, which aligns with the game we're about to play. So let's show you what happens next. Because I'm on a Windows computer, I'm going to hit the Windows key and then the right arrow, which is going to move the screen over to the right-hand side of my screen. All right, Windows, right. And then it's going to allow me to see my Google window. I'm just going to move this over here and I'm going to bring this down to 60%. On my computer, 60% works about right for me to be able to see a game and my targets and the game pieces. Okay, now I'm going to go and click into this game and then blur out the screen for copyright reasons. Okay. So the game is just loading now. I'm going to hit play and then I'm going to hit go. Now on my screen, on the left-hand side has come up a menu of crust, sauce, cheese, meats and vegetables. And when we click that menu, we're given a bunch of different options for students to pop on their pizza, which is showing up on the right-hand side of the game with a blank pizza dough for kids to build their pizza. And so when we hit the play button, we now see that I've got cheese, so I can now move some cheese onto my pizza. And then again, I've got meat, so now I can move some meat onto my pizza, and so on and so forth. And so this works the same way for all the games that are linked to on the home screen of this document. And as you can probably imagine, the word lists that these targets are coming from, they're quite long lists, but the word lists that the game pieces are coming from are quite short. So, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options of categories that can show up as a game piece. And so because of probability, it is likely that you're going to hit the play button and the targets will change, but the game piece doesn't. That's just the reality of probability. And your students can just add another piece of meat if meat were to come up again. Okay, let's make this bigger again. So if you have any questions about this, please do get in contact with me. If you have any suggestions for what target lists you'd like to see added to the drop downs, please do be in touch. I am happy to add any word lists that you type out for me, and just get in contact with me to find out more about the formatting. Yeah, have fun having a play with these games and using these games in a really nice targeted way for speech therapy. And I look forward to hearing from you if you have any questions. Bye.